Good morning, everyone. It is 10 a.m. on Sunday, July 16th, 2017 in Japan. I am your host, Richard Kim, also known as Pocky. Welcome to Pocky Suffers for Your Entertainment. I know I don't have my headset on right now. I hope you can hear me all right, but I don't have it on right now because we're going to start today with a little fun bit. Something I've been wanting to do for a while, I keep forgetting to do, was to get interesting new things to eat that are only available in Japan and eat them on camera and react, as it were. I'm not going to purposely go out and get bad things, but more things like I originally wanted to get the American cherry pie frappuccino, but that would have required me waking up earlier than I normally would on a Sunday. So that didn't happen. However, yesterday I did manage to get the McDonald's to pick up a new dessert they've got going for a limited amount of time. And I picked up, excuse me, the new Pikachu McFlurry. It is not made out of Pikachu. Get your minds out of the gutter. I put it in my freezer since it was yesterday. It's thawed out pretty well, I think. I don't know how well you can see it in there, but you can see the cute Pikachu cup. It is apparently chocolate, vanilla, and banana. So that should be interesting to see. Let's see here. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. Oh, that's interesting. It's kind of a solid mass right there at the end of the spoon. Not sure. I might have to take the cap off so I can actually eat this. If you guys can't hear me all right, let me know, and I'll definitely try to speak up a little bit more while I do this. So there's the frozen mass around the spoon they used to mix the McFlurry, I guess. So I guess I sort of eat that first. Here we go. It's not bad. The banana flavor is definitely artificial. I shouldn't say artificial, but definitely like a sauce they pre-made or something. But it tastes kind of like when you get banana candies, like Laffy Taffies and stuff. It tastes kind of like that. So far, not bad. Pikachu looks pretty stoked about having a McFlurry made after him. Excuse me. This is the first McFlurry I've ever had, so it's interesting. I guess they attach this spoon to the machine because there's a little clip here, and they put the cup under it, and that mixes everything together. I took this out of the freezer about half an hour ago. It's warm enough in Japan right now that it turned it to ice cream soup pretty quickly. Not sure if you can see that without me spilling the whole thing, but yeah, it's pretty good actually. Not sure if I would get it all the time, but yeah, it's nice. All right, let me be right back. I'm gonna put this in the kitchen or in the freezer or something, and then get the headset on, and we'll begin Granblue Fantasy 101. Be right back. Ah. the headset on. Change this to.
All right. Can everyone hear me all right? I hope so. Pull up my outline real fast for Granblue Fantasy 101. There we go. Okay, so last time we left off with 2 more Omega runs to go. Luminera, rather, known to me as Chevalier, and let's see here. And then Celeste Omega. They are the light and dark Omega fights. So we're going to go over those 2 first. Let me go ahead and log into my account. Yay, daily stamp stuff. And this is something real fast. When you're playing Granblue Fantasy, pardon me, if you get a chance to, if you're running a day where you can't play at all, try to log in at least just to get this, because it's all reasonably useful stuff. You get crystals, which you can use to spin or buy other things, AP potions, BP soul berries, and free pool tickets. So it's worth it just to at least just log in. You don't have to play, but it's nice that at least you can keep this going. And also, if they're doing special events during that period of time that you can't play, like 15 million new users or whatever, you can get double bonuses and stuff like that. So, okay, let me put this in English so it's a little bit easier for everyone to understand what's going on. Save changes, and unlike last time, I'm gonna remember to actually stop stream for a moment so I can cut this into multiple pieces. But so. Retreat. Fine. So here we are again. This is the island that has all the Omega fights for the Omega level, not the Impossible level. Those are actually on their individual islands in the various parts of the map. This island here, the rightmost dot, is where we'll find both Luminera, kind of tough to say, and Celeste Omega. I'm gonna save Luminera for last, actually, even though technically light is the 5th element. Not that 5th element. No multi-passes here, because it's honestly the hardest fight. Not necessarily because of damage or anything, but just because of the way the fight runs. So we will go to Celeste Omega first. As with everything else, it takes 3 anima, Omega anima, which you get from fighting the hard version, plus 50 AP. As always, you can do these only 3 times a day, where you host, but you can also, of course, fight them as someone else's raid when you go over here. So, and as last time, I'll be opening these up to folks so we can pop in and help if you are available. So let me go ahead and grab. Oh, hey, hello, Hensan. 130% boost to light. Thank you very much. My light team. Alright, here we go. Turn on the sound. So, she has 2 diamonds. So, she hits relatively quickly with her supers. but not ridiculously so. And she changed. She used to be a much more difficult fight. They changed a lot of things. She has 2 triggers, at 50% and at 25%. At 50%, she'll shift forms, and then she casts her ability called Obad Oblivion, or Obeyed Oblivion. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. What that does is it does a lot of damage to your team, and it inflicts the zombie effect on them, which means that any healing you do actually will damage them. Like you've probably run into that in the Final Fantasy series, casting Cure on enemies to kill them. So she does that to your team. One way of dealing with that is using Clear All from the Bishop Cleric line of classes. Or you can just wait out the, I think, 4 or 5 turns for it to fall off. But once you're zombied, she actually casts, it's called Zombie 1. And if you don't clear it off, the next turn, unless you stun her or something, she'll cast another ability called Abyssal Fog, which will cast Zombie 2 on you then. The effect is the same. You're still going to take damage from healing, but it's kind of how the fight works. In addition to casting Zombie 2 on your team, they also get their ability sealed for a few turns, and they're poisoned on top of it. So you're taking damage, you can't heal, and you can't use your abilities. So, actually, the skill seal, I believe, is only 1 turn. We'll find out. We'll see in a second. Otherwise, she just really hits really hard until she hits 25%. Then she'll cast an ability called Null Void Omega. This ability heals your whole team for 5,000 health, which can hurt a lot and can knock out your team members if they're not healed to full before they get zombified rather. It also blinds your team, reduces their defense to dark attack, and again, also poisons them. So if they're not already poisoned, they are now. So those are pretty hard hitting abilities. This is why it's still not an easy fight by any stretch of the imagination. Additionally, she has 2 other abilities, also named after fogs. Tranquil Fog, which she does as her charge attack when she's not in overdrive. It gives her double attack up. It removes one of her own debuffs, and it casts Regenerate on your team, which is kind of a weird thing. But if you have zombie, then it hurts. That last line I'm not sure actually, but I'm not sure about the refresh. I don't recall that ever happening, but she can also possibly cast Bizarre Fog as a charge attack before she hits 50%, before she hits overdrive, and it reduces your team's multi-attack chance, putrefies them, and zombies them. So she's all about the zombieing. All right, so let's just give this a shot. Cast my usual. Well, shoot. Abilities, just use them all to reduce her defense and everything else. I don't have full charge bar, so I can't use these 2 abilities on Fairy. They both require a full charge bar to be used. All right, turn off charge attack. Hello there, everyone. Yo, welcome to the stream, sir. Let's see, yeah, how's it going? So let's go to do the attack. And there we go. Oh, no, don't turn on the animations, as cool as they are. So far, she just hit really hard. She hit fairly hard. Not ridiculously hard, but good enough. Enough. So here we go. Here's our first charge attack. Here's hoping it's not the one that zombifies us. Bizarre fog. Crap. Alright. So, we are zombified. So, next turn she's going to cast, like I said, she's going to cast Abyssal Fog. So, if I'm going to do anything with my skills, I need to do it now. I can't heal, because zombie will kill me. So, bit of a bind here. Because of the zombie abilities that run rampant in this fight, it's not suggested to bring anyone who has regenerate on them, like Petra from the Wind faction, or anyone whose charge attacks cast a heal or regenerate, because you might accidentally kill your own team when you do that. So, alright, so we have enough for a charge attack, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Actually, I'm not, because, again, skill abilities are sealed for one turn. Oops. Thankfully, my team's got enough health, we should be able to survive with the one turn, and then knock her down some. Okay, so yeah, everyone's poisoned. You get a poison. You get a poison. Everyone gets a poison. And attack up and reduce defense. This ability here increases everyone attack damage, their damage cap, but it lowers their defense. It's a big boost for charge attacks. And turn on that for a little more damage. Still can't heal because it'll kill these three. It's hard to tell maybe, but you can see the little zombie head icon there. Alright, I'm actually going to turn on the animation because I think it's cool. Here we go. Also gives me a chance to drink my tea. Yeah, when I'm doing these fights by myself, I like to turn the animations on because they think they're cool. They've gone through all this effort to make these really cool animations, but in the effort to try and there's Obeyed Oblivion. Oh, there goes Fairy. And zombie, so still can't heal. But again, Obeyed Oblivion hits really hard and cast zombie on everyone again. So, alright, I think here I'm going to go ahead and call for help. There is the code. Darkstar, if you want to jump in, feel free. I don't know if you're watching or not, but give it another 10 seconds and I'm going to go ahead and share to everyone. I think a number of my friends who normally would be jumping in are playing Splatoon right now, actually, which is fine. Oh, there we go. There's... Hi, NWDS. Thank you for coming. Alright, let's do this. And yes, she is fighting with a giant chainsaw, just so you know. People like to jump in on this fight because Dark is a fairly popular element. Another Abyssal Fog. Again, because they were Zombie 1, now we're Zombie 2. And poisoned. And gonna die. Because I didn't bring Cure to this fight. But that's fine. Good work. Thank you. Thank you. I love these stamps. I like being able to communicate and just very kind of... there's the 5,000. There's the excuse me, Null Void Omega. Narmia shows up and says, "Okay, I'm here to fight. What? Everyone's dead. What's?" And Halazena there's like, "I will protect everyone's safety with my giant chainsaw." She doesn't say giant chainsaw, but well, she just spun it around like a madwoman. All right, and you know the usual stuff. Nothing useful for me really. Okay. Luminaire Omega. Here's so yeah. So this fight. Yes. Oh, good. There we go. Wow, this person's level 2, rank 200. 200 is currently the maximum. I'm 122, and I won't get to 200 for probably another year and a half, 2 years probably. So, there we go. Alright, so. Luminera, aka to me, Chev, because I'm used to the Japanese name for the fight. Yeah, slime blasting. I'll be going over slime blasting and such actually after this fight's over when I talk about co-op. So, and actually I might need your help on that, Darkstar, if you don't mind. I'll need someone to hop into co-op with me. So, Luminera. It's a really cool looking spirit. She's got a freaking building, tower or something behind her, so she's supposed to be gigantic. I just love the fact that because of the way the sprites work, we look like we are bigger than she is. It's hilarious. So, Luminera, aka Chevalier, before anything else, she has a trigger at the beginning of the fight that as long as she's above 50%, every person's first attack will put up this ridiculous shield that reduces all elemental damage by 90%, gives her a damage shield on top of it, or a damage cut rather on top of it, and gives her a regenerate and some other things. She regenerates for like 65,000 plus, and all these other things. So, if you're doing this in a group situation, you want to make sure everyone is able to pop in, hit her once. Most people tend to use this sticker here, the OK sticker. In Japanese, it's height. So you walk in, and you can put spells on her like treasure hunt and stuff like that, but don't debuff her, because every time she gets hit for the first time by someone, she puts a shield up again, and it clears all debuffs she's got. So save your debuffs until everyone is in the fight and ready to go. Then let loose, and you know, let loose the dogs of war, as it were. This becomes a problem in public fights, because if she's above 50%, every time someone joins your fight, they poke at her, they hit her, and the shield goes up again. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, great, there's a shield. How the hell do you deal with the shield? You deal with the shield with Dispel. Removes a foe's buff effect. Now, that only gets rid of one of them. However, the way the fight works, when you dispel that shield, it will, or one of the buffs, her next turn, she clears all of her own buffs, actually. And she's able to be hit normally again. So, the beginning of the fight goes, everyone comes in, everybody hits her once, puts up their OK stickers. Once everyone's done, someone dispels, someone attacks once, unfortunately at lower, they still get a shield effect for that one turn, and then everyone else can hit her as per normal. So that's part one of this fight. At 50%, she'll change forms. I don't know if there's a specific name for it. And then she casts her other main charge attack. Those all count as charge attacks, by the way. The shield going up, the shield coming down, and then Blades of Light. Blades of Light attack your tardy randomly for huge amounts of damage. You're gonna see that when this while I do this fight, and removes all your team's buffs, all of them that are not really specifically special, and can paralyze one person, whoever gets hit with the last hit, usually, if it doesn't outright kill them. Now, one other thing to note, when she gets rid of her shield, when she does Aegis Unmerge versus Aegis Merge, the shield going up, she buffs herself with attack up and double attack up as well, and an ability called Sacrifice, where the more debuffs she has, the stronger she gets, actually. So you need to be careful with that. Otherwise, the fight is kind of the usual. Otherwise, the fight can be treated like every other Omega fight. You want to bring all your. You still want to use Miserable Mist, or some form of defense down, attack down. Blind and Charm work well on her. Poisons don't really do much, so anything helps, of course, but you don't need to bring poison to do anything specific. And yeah, so that's the fight. The other thing is that as the fight progresses, the number of diamonds she has 5 here right now to start. They go down pretty quickly, and down to 2 by the end of the fight. Until 50%, whenever she has her charge meter built up, she'll cast the shield also. So you need to make sure that if you're in a big group of people, no one sets off her charge attack before she gets under 50%, or otherwise the shield goes up again, and you need someone to dispel it. Not again, if you've got people ready for it, it's not as awful as it could be, but a lot of folks don't pack Dispel in their arsenal. My Dark team always has Dispel, because my Dark team is primarily fighting her these days. And, but yeah, so you oftentimes can join a public version of Luminera, and people are just sitting there poking, and it's like, why am I here? Why am I here? Oh god. And then someone shows up, dispels, and then does a massive amount of damage, knock her under 50%. And then the fight can proceed, but then everyone dies till the Blades of Light, and it's, then it's all waiting for someone to show up and clean up the mess. So, alright. So, let's get this fight started. So, stage 1, going to hit her with my abilities. And so there's that. That's round 1. And let's go ahead and attack. So here's my first attack. I'm the only person here so far. And there's Aegis Merge. There's that really. Now watch the buff list. Boom. Every element, regenerate. Debuff resistance is boosted. So putting one on her right now anyways is silly. Defense is boosted. It's ridiculous. Now, gonna dispel. And yes, Pocky. Granbutteru. Granbutteru. Every day. So now I'm gonna attack, and she doesn't attack when she does the Aegis Unmerge, which is another thing you can do. If you've got Dispel up and you're under 50%, you can use that as a way to have her skip a turn. By theory, if your whole team is packing Dispel, you could have one person Dispel, everyone attacks. Next turn, someone else Dispels again, everyone attacks, and just keep her paralyzed that way. But takes a lot of coordination. So, all right. So round 2, No, turn 2. Look at my damage. It's just so much lower. And there's the sacrifice. Attack up, double attack up. Now, Vera is a special character. Alright, so now we can attack her as per normal. So we'll start doing that. I should note that Vera, actually, these little bits are the same as these. She has the power of Luminera. It's a story thing, you'll find out when you play through it, but so it's kind of like, you know, she's fighting herself. So, and let's see here. Go ahead and attack again. Yeah. I'm trying to get everyone's charge attack up so I can get her to 50% as soon as possible. Oh, holy crap! So Narmea has an ability where she'll actually reflect a good chunk of the damage she takes in the one hit, but it's super rare. I think that's the first time I've ever seen it. So miracles do happen. Alright, next turn I get to unleash. So let's go ahead and attack one more time. Actually, let's do this first. Boom. Attack once more. And you notice here, next turn, she's gonna do... Ow, ow. Alright. Carbuncle to increase my attack power. And we're gonna let loose everything we've got. And hope that... we survive this. I might not, honestly. Let loose. Here we go. Aw, man, shoot. I forgot to turn on animations. Oh well. Next time, maybe. Get below 50%, please. Come on. Whew. Okay. Now we're gonna die because we're gonna hit Blood of Light, but don't have to worry about. There goes to my team. I used an ability on Jeanne d'Arc here that makes her impossible to kill for a few turns. Except now that she got hit by a Blades of Light, that buff goes away. So now she's completely, utterly vulnerable. So I'm going to go ahead and use that Dispel trick I showed everyone about. And Miss Helizena is going to pop in again. And so, since I did that Dispel trick, she won't attack this round, so I don't have to worry about my team dying. Aegis Unmerge. Alright, now, time to ask for help. Because I'm gonna die. Yeah, Dark Jeanne d'Arc is all about self-sacrifice. So, I might do, like, individual character profiles later on if people are interested. I'll maybe put up polls or something like that and go over them for the more popular characters or unpopular characters. Who knows? So, so if anyone in channel wants to join, there we go. And where is it? Hello there. Thank you for the phalanx. Phalanx is a raid wide, so everyone in the group in the fight get damage reduction done for them, which is nice. One of the reasons this fight is so hard is that she drops one of the best weapons in the game, the Luminera Sword. I forget what the official name for it is. Because it boosts attack power both as a Magna slash Omega weapon skill and a normal quote unquote weapon skill. I will maybe next time, we'll see, because we're almost done with basics, go over Granblue 201, which will be weapon grids and how they work. And just now, Miss Catalina was complaining that, if we're gonna be fighting, I should be wearing armor. She's not wrong, but it's summertime, so I figure everyone would want it to be cool. So I actually do change my character's skins around a bit, and nothing really useful. Okay. All right. One moment. So those were the two last of the main 6 summon fights. Now we'll go on to co-op. So when you first start playing the game, actually, you have party, upgrade. I don't remember what the English for it was, and draw. Draw, of course, will always be here. You can't get rid of that. You can't get rid of party because that's how you manipulate your team. Let's see, who else? Sure, Jita. Actually, because I'm on my dark team. It's summer. Yeah, let's just go with Jita. But during the tutorial, actually, it'll ask you, do you want to change this to upgrade? This one setting is just for this one button, upgrade versus co-op. Because they really want people to do co-op because this game is a quote-unquote social game. And so having it there will remind folks, oh, hey, I should, do that. So co-op is kind of like doing a raid fight, as you just saw me do, with the difference being that you're doing a quest, so it can be like a multi-stage fight, like multiple screens, but you're doing it with 2 to 4 people only. So kind of like an actual RPG, like a more smaller scale RPG. So let me go ahead and show you that. So hit the co-op screen, and you have 2 options: create a room and join a room. And you have here missions. We'll go over these in a second. We'll go over the more important bits first. So when you just a quick description of what's going on. If you go to join a room, if someone has a code, it'll be a 5-character code. You can enter it here and then hit join a room, which is what I'll be putting up in a second, so anyone can see and join in. Or you can look at the board and see what is available. Right now, there's only one person actually posting, probably just because everyone's been jumping in. You hit this button here to refresh. You can see more. It'll tell you if these slots are filled. You cannot do co-op by yourself currently. The company has said that they're looking into letting people do co-op by themselves. On the one hand, that would be great because it would make things easier for some folks. On the other hand, it would cause problems because, I think for the company rather, not for the players, because co-op is supposed to be one of the social things in this game. And so it probably matters to them somewhat. This box here is where people can type in what they're trying to do. This person says in Japanese, we're slime blasting, literally slime explosion, until we run out of time. So, I think, yeah. So let's go ahead and back out of this. If you create a room, you get a choice between co-op quests and raid battles. Raid battles, allows you to set up a group of people to fight whoever you want, but it's instead of being a public thing where everyone can jump in, it's only the people who have the code. One thing with it is that everyone has to be there and paying attention, because if someone starts a fight and not everyone jumps in, it will not start actually. So the raid battle room is best for people who are organized in one way or another and ready to go. Co-op quests again is what we're going to start here though. You can set certain parameters that for when it shows up on the big list. You know, what you want people's ranks to be. Most people just don't bother. And then you can kind of set a quick list of what you want to do. Crew members only, friends only, item hunting. I'll get to those in a second. Pandemonium, which is the higher level of co-op quests. Daily missions. For people who just want to knock out their daily missions that are done. You can have a message. 24 characters. That is not a lot of character. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So you really can't do that, a lot of that. With that. In Japanese, it's not so bad. But even 24 is kind of short for Japanese. And then you can choose where you put your chat. So I'm going to go ahead and make the room. So the first thing you'll notice is that your usual top part, your missions button here, your ID. So here's my ID. Everyone wants to jump in, feel free. I'll be, of course, paying for the fights. Then you have 3 types of quests you can choose from. Normal, hard, and extra. You have to clear them in order. There are 8 stages for normal, 8 for hard. Yeah, I've actually, they don't say cleared because I have like 1 quest per that I haven't finished yet. So, and then 4 levels for Pandemonium. Pandemonium are the hardest fights, but they also drop the best things. So you noticed that it said items were a reason for doing the co-op. Later on in the game, when you want to do unlock the EX jobs or unlock the tier 4 jobs, you need to come to these quests and fight certain fights for certain drops to do so. EX is easy because they'll drop from almost any of these, although certain fights are easier for folks than others. But for the tier 4 quests, you have to do what's called the champion weapon line. And for those, you have to fight very specific bosses. I believe in 4, yeah. Or 3, rather. 3. You have to fight, or in 2. You have to fight certain characters to get certain drops. I will definitely be going over that in a later thing. That will probably be just one session by itself. So I'm going to try to keep this to an hour, so we're coming up on that. The missions. So you have 3 different missions you need to do, and then when you finish, you will get a blue crystal, which is useful for unlocking things, things like that. So I'm going to do 5 real fast, and if Mr. NWDS has something he wants to do, then that's fine with me also. I'm going to pay for everything since I'm hosting. So clear stage 4, burning up hard 1 time. So we'll go to hard. Oops. Stage 4, hard, pick quest. And you notice they actually have a little icon here, a little scroll that tells you that is the one you need to do. And that's great because it means I'll get 50 crystals. So we'll do that. Quest time limit 30 minutes. You need cost 20. Rank needed 10 or higher. So you can't do co-op until you're level 10 anyways. Now you just choose your part. Now you, like you would do normally, choose your team. So I'm gonna go ahead with water. My water team here. And it'll tell you if people are ready or not yet. They get a similar interface to this. Theirs will say, are you ready? You click it and then it'll pop up here. L stands for leader. Q stands for quest. This means I'm the person who chose the quest for the session, for this particular session. Or rather this turn. So we'll hit start. And then it goes as per a normal quest fight. So I'm just going to go ahead and kick this guy's butt. Hey Silva, I need you to snipe this thing. I believe, or she might not need to snipe this after all. This is hilarious. Yeah, it's what I thought. Boom. Hard is tough, but I'm admittedly at a higher level. So is NWDS. Unlike raid fights, stickers and such do not give you potions. Oh, you do. Never mind. They do. I thought they didn't. Learn from me every day. So, so if you need potions when you're doing co-op, there you go. So these coins, these discs, are mainly used for selling for rupees. Mystical flames are used for various unlocks and such. Same thing with the searing stone. And excuse me. But these only come from the co-op fights. 30 crystals, yay! And a trophy, sweet. And now you can see NWDS here has the queue because they have this now. If I don't want to change my party, I can just hit ready. But I'm going to go change party so I can change things around. Let's get Athena up, so I'm going to switch to my Colossus team to be ready. Also, co-op rooms are only open for so long. They stay open for 60 minutes. You can theoretically just open another one right away and then give the same people the code if you want. I'm not sure why they limited it that way, but there you go. So, here we go. Look at its fangs. Pretty sure that the excuse me, that the translators at Cygames are nerds as well. So. And but yeah, so okay, and so, just like other fights, you've got honor, as it were, so you know how many participation, pretty much, how much people. Yes, room buffs. Thank you. Okay, more items. Speaking of room buffs, real fast. These things, the feathers and such, a lot of times you can turn them in, you can trade them for room buffs. So you've got players, it tells you who's in your room. Chat, you get a quick record of what people have been saying, in case you missed something. And then items. Normal items, you can use as you wish. Co-op items, these only affect the co-op fights, but they can give you drop rate increases and stuff like that. Now you trade for them by the items you get here, like the flames I got. It won't let me click on it for some reason. Alright, but those little flames you saw, if I had more of these, I could trade them for rank point up scrolls. There's experience point up scrolls, charge boost up, and there's multiple ways, not multiple ways, but like different amounts you can get. So like for the attack power boost, 1, 3, or 5, and they require different combinations of items. Most players tend to stick with these, because they increase drop rate, which is why you're usually in co-op anyways. XP scroll are also popular. So And a lot of people also come in here to get half elixirs and stuff to boot for, for purposes of doing more play. All right, so here we go. Lore of the Land. It's the Earth fight. Let me change my party. There we go. Tiamat Omega. Yes, V-kun, I am ready. So co-op is, the same as pretty much everything else, except you just have to have at least one friend with you. When you have room buffs, they will show up as debuffs. In the case of the treasure hunt buff. And otherwise, they'll show up on the screen here. I'll pop up a quick buff of some sort just so you can see it. Thank you for the regenerate, Petra. Do 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 do. Thank you. A lot of these fights are actually fights you've done in the story mode too. So one of the quests I've got is get one of these, a vertical pinwheel. Get from co-op stage quest 1 or 2, stage 1 or 2, normal or hard. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Let's see here. I'm already win, so let's find a wood fight to do, just because I don't feel like changing. You, sure. Tink, tink. And so once I finish this fight, actually, once I get the pinwheel, so it's just because I want to show you guys the the menu, the thing, the pop up when you get all of the hard quests done, or the co-op quests done. I will show you 2 specific fights that are actually very useful. One is for slime, what the quote unquote slime blasting, and the other is for grinding items. Not yet. All right. Well, do one more real fast. Let's see. I do wish this would remember what stage you would just come from. Be easier, but oh well. All right. Yes, Birdman. But the reason it's slime blasting is that the slime fight is just the one monster, just a giant slime, and it is nigh impervious. There we go. Sweet. Perfect. All 3 done at once. So, complete. You get your blue crystal. It'll be in your mailbox. And then you get mission points, 1 per quest, or per mission. And you can turn them in for various things. You can get a premium draw ticket. You see class points, rupees, and such. This list of items stays until you clear everything out. So once you buy things with your points, if you want to buy, say, more Archangel Queens, you unfortunately can't until you buy everything else. I'm going to go ahead and buy the premium draw ticket, because why not? There. And I got 12 left. You can earn 3 a day. So if you do your co-op every day, it's like 2-3 weeks to get everything possible in the room. So, alright. Now, slime blasting. Oops, wrong one. Oh, I'm sorry. Slime blasting is in hard. I don't remember which quest, which one it is. You know, I think it's like hard 3, hard 1, hard 4. Richard is missing every single time. All right. Hard 2. I thought hard 2. There it is. God, why did I miss that? So this is the slime in question. I'm going to change my party because I have a very specific party I use to fight the slime. This team right here. Need to actually change her weapon. Oh no, I don't. I changed it back already. Good. Because as I was saying, back to support summons, and yes. So if you wouldn't mind NWDS, just hold off for a second while I explain this, and then we can let loose the dogs to war. But or go ahead and hit start so we can show them the actual fight, though. Once you're finished updating your team and such. So my class right now is Swordmaster, which is an EX class. Swordmasters, every sword in the game, every single sword in the game gives the Swordmaster a different special ability. Now, they're not all unique, mind you, but they do special things based on what they are. So the Awakening Blade ability will change depending on the sword that's equipped. I currently have the dark version of Jeanne d'Arc's sword equipped, which does plain damage to the foe, but burns some of my XP. You notice these abilities are actually not available because I have to use this one first to activate these two, to give myself sword spirits do that, to use those abilities. So the slime itself has an amazingly high defense. So normal attacks just bounce off of it. You'll do 10 damage. Plain damage, however, in this game, like many other mobile games in Japan, from Japan, ignore defense. So what you'll want to do is bring one source of plain damage. There are a number of characters who can do that. Kumayu, the rare and super rare versions of her. Clarice. Yodahara, the SSR version, can do it as well. And again, Swordmaster with certain swords. I believe there are a couple other folks as well, but I can't remember their names off the top of my head. The trick is that everyone in the group, you want to make sure they can get at least one hit in, so you need to kind of coordinate with everyone to make sure you know what's going on. The amount of damage my character does with the attack is large, so I'm going to let NWDS go first so they can get their participation point. So go ahead, please. And then I will finish off the fight with my ability, and we will get XP. So yeah, Atomic Resolution is from Clarice. It does just a little damage. I think you can go ahead and use the other ability. It won't kill the slime. Because I think both of her abilities do. Yeah, so there you go. And then here's mine. Turn on skip. Boom. Blam. I think I tested this once, and I'm pretty sure right now my current team, even with her grid being poorly, on purpose, poorly set, still just kills the slime almost instantly. So slime blasting, when you have your group together, you kind of figure out the order. People go bang, 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 and you just go through the quests as fast as you can to for maximum XP for that hour. People will use XP room buffs and stuff like that to maximize getting the XP. Some people will even do it during strike time, which I believe you get extra XP during strike time as well. So So that's Slime Blasting, hard 2. Um, when you first run into it, usually it's just annoying as hell because there's no way to kill the stupid slime. You can do it with some Ogies, some chain attacks, but not always. So that's really annoying. The other fight that's kind of important to know is Pandemonium 1-3. Lost in the Dark. This jerk. Whatever it is kind of fragile. I'm going to change parties to my light team. Oh, that's right, you use Lemmy. Meh, fine. I didn't know that actually. We'll do that next then, just so I can see it, because I've never seen it before. I like this one a lot because my light team is very strong, so it doesn't take very much time to kill the hell out of it. I'm gonna just go ahead and buff everything up. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and let NWDS get one hit in. Alright, they got their hit in. So for me, especially with all the room buffs on, including you can have the room buff set to have max Ogi, we'll just run in, everyone just hits once, and then we just, or I can just, I can solo the thing at this point. But because it's such a relatively fast, easy fight, getting the I forget what they're called now. And yay! Oh no, I didn't get one. Okay. The items you're looking for are these right here. The creeds. Warrior creeds and mage creeds. You need those for the EX classes, but you also need them for certain other unlocks as well. So let's see. EX 3-1, right? Rule of Twilight. Alright, cool. And that will actually clear up my AP for the day. Oh, it's Diabolos. Okay. That's. I'm going from bottom up. Oops. Oops. Teehee. Well, then we will look at 3-1. Oopsie. Well, there's a Granblue Fantasy facepalm for you then. Let's see how much damage we can do to this guy. Alright, let's kill his little orb thing first, shall we? Oh good, blind works on him. So this was a mistake. Sorry about that, folks. Oh, and now we're zombified. Okay. Whatever, you jerk. I don't know why I just bounty hunted this one, but oh well. Okay, actually he's broken now, so let's go ahead and I think one or two. Oh good, there we go. Dungeon of Darkness. Huh. Alright, well, this should... What's going on? It's going to zombified again. Alright, that's fine. We can live with that. And that. And I am sorry. Hopefully this will do enough damage to make this fight much easier. There we go. That was a good chunk of damage there by Mr. NWDS. I keep forgetting that numbering goes top to I always count bottom to up for some reason for a lot of these quests and such. I don't know why exactly. But, there we go. That was weird. Oh, yay. Huh, I'm guessing that's for a different item. Ah, okay, Corridor of Puzzles. I'll switch to my dark team. That makes more sense. Makes a lot more sense. Tee-hee. Um... It's a giant praying mantis. You's creepy. So I can see, yeah, why this one's more popular, pretty popular too. It's pretty fast, it looks like, and it's light versus dark. So if you've, so for folks who have strong dark teams, this is an easier, faster thing to. One thing about co-op is that, when you're in a group with people who are fairly strong, you don't need to do all your buffs and stuff necessarily. So you want to keep those to a minimum, just kind of what you need to do a reasonable amount of increased damage, and then go. There are, of course, exceptions, but there are exceptions. And hey, look, I got a Mage Creed. I will eventually need those again, I'm sure. Alright, so that is co-op. I think that's a good place to pause this for now. I'm going to go ahead and stop stream for a second so I have a separate video for this. And then I will start up the Robbie Ribby stream. So be back in a minute, folks.